Yo, it's your boy Dctree, and this is Dctree-Nation, the channel on YouTube that covers hoops and heroes. And today we're talking heroes. We're talking the new Suicide Squad movie, baby. And I gotta tell you, man, I was a little skeptical about this. I even took my time watching it on HBO Max, but I gotta tell you, man, this is more than an action film. This is a bona fide comedy, man. It had me rolling harder than M'Baku on Black Panther. I mean, from the start, man, it had me rolling harder than Baby Groot.
Was your second choice scrotum hat?
I'm so serious, man. I'm talking about, if you like Family Guy type humor, darker humor, this thing's gonna have you rolling harder than Eddie Murphy. Like, even now, I'm thinking about some of the jokes, man. I gotta rewatch the movie for the jokes. The action was dope, but the jokes had me rolling, man. But before I jump too deep into it, if you like my content, please sub to the channel. Okay, speaking of laughs, man, I have to start off with the funniest character in the movie, King Shark. The dumbest daggone character I ever came across, but he was hilarious. Hilarious, man. I don't even want to give anything away. This is a spoiler-free review, but man, this dude, or this CGI character, was freaking hilarious, man. Him and his nom-noms. Man, I really enjoyed him, man. He's worth watching the movie. Him alone, he's worth watching the movie. And see, it was the characters that made the movie hilarious. You get what I'm saying? They weren't very important characters. They weren't very deep. The movie sometimes didn't make sense, but man, they were, just misfits that fit in this film. Total misfits that fit in this film and kept you entertained and kept you laughing. They were flawed, but they were hilarious. Down to goddamn John Cena's ridiculous helmet, to daggone Harley Quinn's just one-liners, Bloodsport, Idris Elba's Bloodsport, just being pissed off all the time with all the foolishness. It was hilarious, man. And not to mention, it was rated R, man. Rated R made the fight scenes pop, man. It was blood everywhere. They did not hold back. It felt like a Mortal Kombat movie. Hell, I think this film had more blood than the Mortal Kombat movie that recently came out. Idris Elba shined in this movie. Very believable character. He brought some acting chops with him. It was clear when him and Viola Davis was in the same room that the acting took a jump, okay? Loved their characters' interactions. Man, I love the weaponry on Bloodsport, man. I have to check out some comics and check out this Bloodsport guy because his armor was freaking awesome, man. I thought he was going to be basically a Deadshot, a ripoff or replica, but he was a little extra than that. He had a little bit more things going on than the typical stuff. So, man, shout out to Idris Elba for making him an entertaining character. Then, of course, you got Margaret Robbie's Harley Quinn, man. I gotta tell you, man, she just plays Harley Quinn so well. I watched the first Suicide Squad that came out in 2016. Then I watched this one, the 2021 version, and I gotta tell you, she just did really good in both films, man. And we just gotta, I hope DC just works with her and gets her in the perfect film because she replicates the character perfectly. And I loved her character design in this particular film. They weren't bad in the other films. They weren't bad in her own personal film. But, this was more traditional. Went back to Batman, the animated series with the black and red. I like that look. I also like the fact that they gave her the bazooka, the rocket launcher this time around. It just she felt more Harley Quinn-ish. if that makes sense, man. So they did a really good job putting her in there. They had some scenes where her fighting skills were a little unbelievable. She did seem like John Wick at times, but like I said, you can't take this movie too seriously. You got to go into it with an open mind and just enjoy it for what it is. It's a film. It has plot holes. It has plot armor. Just enjoy the film. And they really embrace Harley Quinn in this movie and let her shine, and I really enjoyed that. Viola Davis, like I mentioned before, is back as Amanda Waller, and she embodies this character almost too well. Man, the ruthlessness of this character, the cold calculations that this character is capable of, is in full swing in this movie. Like, she doesn't give a damn about anybody but the mission, and it's clear from the get-go, from start, middle, and finish, that she is a capital B word, bruh. Like, seriously, man. I was, it was jaw-dropping how, heartless this woman was in this film, and it perfectly embodied the character from the comics and from the TV shows that we're so familiar with. So shouts out to Viola Davis for bringing this character to life. She did a hell of a good job. Another thing about the film that I really did like, and that audiences are sure to like, is the fact they clearly had a solid budget. They put money behind this film. It was definitely more money in this film than the last one. Not saying the last one really felt cheap. It didn't, but this one, they went above and beyond than what I thought they were going with, man. Like, this was like almost like a Justice League type situation, and you had the Suicide Squad here putting in work too. They put those awkward powers together and they made something happen, man. I got, not to give anything away, they made this thing pop, bro. Like, it came out of nowhere. I had no clue how they were going to take on this challenge, but somehow, some way, they figured out the way to deal with it in their own way. So I got to tell you, man, I was super impressed with the scale of the film. The CGI, you get what I'm saying, the special effects, the fights, man. A lot of fatalities in this film, a lot of gunplay, a lot of explosions, a lot of set pieces, a lot of moving pieces. Man, it was a really fun film to watch. Definitely something I want to sit down and check out again. So, man, I have nothing but good things to say about this film. So I have to give it a 8.5 out of 10, which is really good for a DC movie. Not trying to be funny, but between the comedy and between the action set pieces and some of the characters being knocked out, Bloodsport, Harley Quinn, you get what I'm saying? And don't forget about Flag, he was dope. I got to give it that 8.5, man. I'm super impressed, super hyped, and I feel like if it's a film I want to watch again, for comedy and action reasons, that's too good of an opportunity not to give it at least a B+. Okay, guys, one more thing before I get up out of here. Don't forget to check out the after credit scene after the film. It's hella interesting, okay, and well worth it. All right, guys, that's it for this one. Let me know in the comment section below how you feel about this movie. If you've seen it already, or if you plan on seeing it, give me your thoughts. Check out some of the other videos on the channel, the superhero playlist, and I will catch you in the next one. Thank you for kicking it with me. Peace.